Well, this time the response is coming from Iran. Loud, direct, and impossible to ignore. The whole issue began with a controversial remark by the US President, Mr. Donald Trump, who referred to India and China using the word hellhole. One word, but it sparked a global reaction because these are not just countries, they are among the oldest civilization in the human history and the most successful one too. And that is exactly what Iran pointed out here. Well, from Hyderabad, the Iranian embassy responded publicly, not softly though, but sharply, stating that India and China, they are cradles of civilization, ancient, influential, and deeply rooted in history. The response went even further, turning the narrative around and suggesting that such remarks reflect more than those who make them than those who are being targeted here. Wait, let me explain the whole controversy here. It traces back to the talk show hosted by Michael Savage, where discussions around immigration policies took place. Well, during that particular exchange, India and China, they were described using the controversial term, and once the transcript surfaced, reactions followed very quickly, first online and then at diplomatic level. But you know what? Here's where the story gets even bigger. This is not just about one comment or one response. Well, it is unfolding at a time when tensions between the United States and Iran, they are already high. Well, in such an environment, even a single sentence can carry strategic weight, right? Because today's statements are not just opinions, they are signals. Signals to the allies, signals to the rivals, and signals to the global audience watching closely. In the meantime, the Iranian response, it is also part of a larger narrative here, positioning itself as a defender of historical identity and civilizational pride, specifically when it comes to the countries like India and China, which holds deep cultural and historical significance. You know, at the very same time, this whole episode, it has kind of triggered a wider debate online. People, analysts, political voices across countries, they are reacting, questioning, amplifying the whole issue. What started as a remark on a talk show has now turned into a full-scale diplomatic conversation. And there is another layer. Wait, efforts are being made to control the fallout too. Well, past positive remarks, earlier diplomatic engagement, and strong bilateral ties, they are being highlighted just to prevent the long-term damage. Because relationship between nations like India and the US, well, they are built over years and they cannot be defined by a single statement, right? Even if the president is wrong somewhere. But the reality remains that words do matter, specifically when they come from the powerful figures, the head. They shape perception, they influence the public opinion, and sometimes even impact the policy direction. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's world, diplomacy is no longer confined to closed rooms. It plays out in public, in real time, across platforms where every word is heard, analyzed, and responded to. Well, what we are witnessing is more than just a reaction. It is a clash of narrative, a battle of perception, and a reminder that respect, identity, and history still carries immense weight in global politics. Because when words cross the line, they do not just create headlines, they create ripple effects across the globe. And right now, that ripple is still spreading.